Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your Echo, and welcome to something a little bit different. I kind of saw this on Thane's channel a while ago, and I was like, I kind of want to get on the action. So, Thane, if you're watching, sorry I stole your idea, but you know, it's a pretty good idea. But if you haven't seen this already over on Thane's channel, basically, I'm going to go through the Manchester United squad and give you my predictions on the game for tomorrow, which is the Bournemouth versus Manchester United game. On Saturday, the 2nd of November. You know, give my predicted team sheet and everything. Some injuries to be noteworthy of. Rashford is 50-50 at the moment, but I have like the players that are 50-50 I'm going to keep in the starting lineup, but you know, we'll get into that in a bit. One player who is definitely out still is Paul Pogba. He has still got an ankle injury and could be out for another month, which, you know, is not great. But this game against Bournemouth, it's going to be a tough one. Do I think Man United can do it? Yeah, of course we can. You know, coming off the back of two wins at the moment, we're starting to build that momentum up again, which is good. Of course, we beat Norwich City 3-1 last weekend, and we beat Chelsea on Wednesday 2-1 with, you know, that Marcus Rashford free kick. But I'm gonna give my idea of the of a good, you know, starting 11. So we're gonna go with the 4-2-3-1 formation. We're gonna have instead of these players like further out wide, I think a good idea would be, you know, to bring them a bit more forward, or a bit more narrow. I've decided, you know, to have Mata out on like the right hand side, Martial on the left, and then Rashford up front. I think that'd be a good like front three, because then at least then maybe, let's say, you know, if the manager wants to change tactics, you know, we've got that ability for Rashford just to move over a little bit to like the right striker, Martial to push up a little bit more and whatnot. And then, you know, we can have Fred, who, you know, hasn't had that many games recently that have been noteworthy of. You know, hasn't really played that well, but you know, it could always get better for him, I guess. But you know, we've got that ability to like be more fluid around the you know, around the midfield sort of area. I'm just trying to move all this, try and like show where like the like, you know, will be the best sort of thing. Like we can like play with like a narrow formation and everything, fair enough. Or you know, it's going to be difficult because, like, you know, we're missing Pogba, who could be that, like, you know, that attacking playmaker that we need. I'm just going to put this back to a 4-2-3-1 wide again. You know, we need that sort of creativity. Apparently, we are linked, believe it or not, with Lautaro Martinez for 96 million, which is just absurd. Like, I don't see that really happening, in my opinion. You know, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Why would you want to leave Inter Milan, who are currently in the Champions League, and come to Manchester United? I don't know. In the holding midfield, we have got Fred and McTominay. You know, with McTominay, he's had an outstanding couple of months now. He's been voted as Manchester United Player of the Month again. So, absolutely fantastic. We do have Young at left back and Wan-Bissaka at right back. Shaw is still injured, so the perfect replacement will be Ashley Young. Yeah, I know he's not very quick anymore, but he's still got that defensiveness about him. And you know, halfway through, they could put Wan-Bissaka on the left. You don't know. Now, two players again. One of the two players that are 50-50 are Maguire and Lindelof. I will show you like my best replacements for them personally, and of course, as always, in goal will be David De Gea. But let's say Rashford, Maguire, and Lindelof are, you know, aren't going to be in the starting 11. We could easily get like Greenwood up front, but then of course we'll have to have like Martial giving him that assistance as well, because you know, Martial's been on some good form. Um, then centre backs. See, we don't have that many great centre backs. I think Eric Bailly is okay to play this weekend, so I would put him in. And then, honestly, I'd put in Twanzebe. You know, have him in the centre of everything instead of having him out wide. I prefer him um, as like a centre back than a right back. I know he can play right back as well. Um, but yeah, oh yeah, obviously Angel Gomez as well. I would have on. Um, Maybe now is the right time to start putting in some of our younger players. I'm even looking, you know, in the reserves and everything. Like we could have Chong to go where Mata is. Well, change Chong and Gomez, but then put Mata going up the middle. You know, I think that would work. You know, Chong's got pace and everything. Still pretty much unproven. You know, oh, just looking at that team, it's just horrible. But I know it's only ratings and like FIFA ratings and everything. It's a bit silly and to have a look at all that. But honestly, do I think we can beat Bournemouth? Yes. You know, I'm not too sure where Bournemouth are in the table. I know that Manchester United are currently sat in 7th. So we haven't had a good season, but we are starting to build momentum again. Yeah, I know we've only had 2 wins recently in the last 2 games, but you know, it's them 2 wins that we could have lost. Like, let's say if we played them games like a month ago or something, we would have lost them games. But it's nice to see that we are starting to, you know, take recognition of the fact that we've been playing terrible. I'm just trying to find the. I'm trying to find the Premier League app. There we go. Yeah, it's time that we start taking recognition of that. You know, we're not playing to our full potential. So we need to sort it out. We really do, because yeah, it's kind of embarrassing at this moment in time to be a Manchester United fan, I have to admit. Right, I'm just gonna have a quick look at where Bournemouth are in the table. They're currently sat in 9th, so actually they're having a good season. Same amount of points as Manchester United as well. So, you know, it's actually going to be more tough than I thought. Just looking at Liverpool at the moment, 9 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses. Crazy how this season's going out now. To be fair, just looking at the table, it looks like an old 90, like the early 2000s sort of table with like Sheffield up in 8th at the moment. Tottenham down at 11th. Fucking hell, that's crazy. But if we win this and the teams above us all lose, we could go up to 5th. That would be nice, wouldn't it? It's going to be a tough game. You know, we need to put our best foot forward and everything. You know, hopefully Maguire, Lindelof and Rashford are all fit to play, because we do need that sort of defensive acumen. That, you know, Lindelof and Maguire, like, I think they're the modern day Ferdinand and Vidic. Give them a couple more years, you know, they'll be reading each other's minds. But yeah, that's the sort of team that I would hope, you know, hope for them to play, or hope for Solskjaer to play. I think that'd be the best sort of formation. I mean, you could even put Lingard in there, because, you know, he's starting to get a bit better, you know. So, I mean, you know, if we put Lingard up there, just look at that front 4 that we've got. It looks a lot stronger now. You know, in the January transfer window, we still need to make a couple of signings and everything. But, I don't know, it's going to be a tough one. You know, we're missing Pogba, who, he might get a lot of stick, but he can change the game in the blink of an eye. We are missing Shaw, who has been out since August. He should be back by the new year, hopefully even way before then. But you know, if that's the team that we start with tomorrow, I'd be okay with that. And then in the second half, I think personally we should bring on, like, you know, Greenwood, take Rashford off at half time, I'd say, if we're winning, to make sure that he's fully healed, or even do Greenwood first and then bring Marcus Rashford on for like the last 20 minutes, just to get him a bit of game time, see how his knee is, because apparently I think he tweaked his knee, probably with the power of that free kick. Also, I would bring on Gomez at some point in the second half as well. And honestly, I would bring on someone like Mitchell for Young at the end, towards the end as well, to get him a bit of game time. Start getting them ready, and then the Europa League games I think is next week, or it might be the international break again already, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, that's the sort of formation and the lineup that I would hope that we get. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, do you think that this is a good idea to play that sort of team? Just let me know in the comments. But I'm going to leave the video here, guys. But thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for the news channel, and yeah, I will give you my review after the game tomorrow afternoon. So stay tuned for that one, because it might get a bit crazy if Man United lose. Yeah, that could happen. I don't know. Peace.